When I was 20 years of age and I was living in Kona, Hawaii, I know, a tough place to live, right? But I was with Youth with a Mission, or YWAM for short, and their founder, Lauren Cunningham, took an interest in pouring into my life. And so I had an opportunity to do some travel with him. And on one of our plane flights, he asked me, again as a 20-year-old, Dave, what do you think your gifts are? And if I'm really honest, as a 20-year-old, I was still figuring it out. And as we talked, he said, I see some leadership things in you and teaching. But here's what he said that marked me from that moment on. He said, Dave, it doesn't matter the size of the groups that you will lead or the amount of people that you will teach. What's really important is that you invest to the third and fourth generation. And then he took out 2 Timothy 2, chapter 2, and he said to me, I want you to see this because it shows how Paul discipled Timothy. Timothy then pours those same things into faithful men, and then they pour it into others. And then he showed me, he said there's 4 generations there: Paul, Timothy, faithful ones, others. And it marked me from that moment in my life to focus on discipling 4 generations deep. Now, when I think about this, it motivates me because it causes me to not let me stop discipling, but to make sure that the ones I've poured into are taught how to pour it into the 3rd generation. And then they pour it into the 4th. I had a pastor one time tell me, he said, Dave, I'm a diligent disciple maker. And it's true, he really is. But he said, I always stop with the ones I pour into, and I've never taught them or been deliberate to show them how to pour into a 3rd generation. So he said, I got to go back and add that piece. And I want to encourage you as a disciple maker to think 4 generational disciple making. It causes you to stay focused on making sure the truths of Jesus around his character, around his ways, and around his mission is diligently and deliberately being passed on to a 2nd, a 3rd, and a 4th generation. See, that's Jesus's original plan to change the world. It's supposed to continue. It's not supposed to stop. So in the past, if you've gone through something like a discipleship journey and then you close it and, well, we're done, I want to encourage you, reopen it and begin to pour into people. And start your discipleship journey group by letting them know, now look, I'm pouring into you, and my expectation is that you'll do the same for others. So when I'm about 2/3 of the way through a discipleship journey, I'll start asking my group to start praying about who is their 2nd generation and my 3rd that they're pour into. As you get older, it becomes a wonderful thing. I've had people come up to me and say, did you know that you're my Paul? And I'll look at them, I say, tell me what you mean. They say, well, I have a Timothy that's in my life that's been my Timothy, and because you poured into their life and I'm the 3rd generation, it means you're my Paul. And I love that because it means they get it. So I want to challenge you, don't get through discipleship journey and be done. Use it as the beginning to pour in 4 generations deep. You'll be blessed as you meet your spiritual children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren